Good morning, y'all. Welcome to my weight loss project. My name once again is Rolando Faro. Thanks for joining me. Sorry that I haven't made any videos in the last 3-4 days. I think that what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start putting them up about every other day. Maybe. We'll see. But for the time being, thanks for joining me. So the last couple days have been pretty easy in the sense that, you know, I've stuck to what I've been doing. I've also come to another realization that I'm going to try out. Saturdays are the only day that I have, really, where I can make breakfast at home and have breakfast with my family. So, I think that'll be a day that I'm going to not worry about the fast as much, so that I can have that with my family. You know, because that is a great bonding experience. Like this last weekend, I made some bacon and eggs, and my little guy, he went crazy. You know, now he can chew stuff he can swallow. So, you know, he actually had a small piece of bacon and he loved it. You know, he had some eggs with me. He sat down on my lap and we both had breakfast together. So that was awesome. You know, not only that, but my wife as well. You know, we're able to sit down for a nice quiet meal together and enjoy it. Now, I'm not saying that I have bacon all the time. I have bacon maybe once every couple months, 2-3 months, you know, because if you have it once, that's plenty for me. And too much of a good thing can kill you. But anyways, that's something that I'm considering doing too. Not every Saturday, because I know that we're not going to be able to sit down and have a breakfast every Saturday. But we will be doing it, you know, once in a while, once, twice a month. You know, if my wife wants to go somewhere for breakfast as a family or whatever. Since it's the one day that I can have breakfast with them. Since usually I'm not out at the door at 9 a.m. That's what we'll do. Now, not a lot of you know this, but, you know, I like watching rugby. I'm not familiar with all the exact rules or positions, but I love watching it. It's a fun game, you know. It's a good game. It's brutal. It's a mix between American football and soccer. I used to play American football, you know, so I'm used to the pads, the shoulder pads, the helmets, and all that. But rugby, in my opinion, is a little more elegant. Plus, you have to be in way better condition to be able to play that as opposed to football. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is there is this documentary called All or Nothing on Amazon, and it talks about a specific rugby team. And this specific rugby team is known worldwide. They're from a small country, New Zealand, and they're called the All Blacks. Now, why am I bringing this up? What does the All Blacks have to do with me losing weight or me, you know, trying to do better, be better? Well, it has a lot to do. You know, I watched it in these last 4 days. I watched this 6-episode documentary. First of all, because I love watching the All Blacks. You know, they're a very dominant team. They're a good rugby team. They're the first rugby team I ever watched, you know, so I guess I followed them by default. But the reason why I'm watching them is because of the dedication that they have. Now, the All Blacks are the national team of New Zealand. It'll be like the equivalent of, you know, an NBA team or a basketball team for the Olympics, or, you know, the U.S. soccer team for the World Cup. So this team doesn't always play together. They're not always together. But they're all players from New Zealand. And then watching this documentary, I didn't realize how great a tradition of winning this team has. And, you know, they were saying, and this is a quote from them, so I don't know, I haven't looked it up, but they were saying that the All Blacks have the highest percentage of win of any professional team in the world. You know, they rarely lose. They are so dedicated. They are so committed to winning and to doing their very best every single time, regardless of who's on the roster, that they hold themselves to a higher standard. And that's what I like about them. You know, here's a team of individuals who's constantly changing, because it's not the same team all the time. They don't always have the same players, but they always have the same results. You know, they always go for the best results available. Now, as I was watching this, you know, I was like, wow. And it hit me, you know, why can't I do that? You know, these guys are top of their game, and they want to get here, and they always want to perform here. They don't settle for anything less than for here. This is the goal. You know, if they fall anything below it, well, so be it. But the goal is this. You know, their goal is always to be number one, to always win. Now, they'll do everything that they can to make that happen, and sometimes it will and it won't. But for most times, it does happen. And that's what I like about it, because that's what I want to be, what I want to do with my life. You know, with the weight loss, professionally, personally, I always want to perform at a higher level. Now, were the All Blacks there overnight? No, they're not. It took a while for them to get there. You know, and it goes through the lives of each individual player. And the players that they pick are the players that are performing on top of their game from, you know, national teams or whatever team they play on, as long as they're from New Zealand. And so those are the guys that they invite for the team. And even then, you know, not all of them get to start. So I need to up my game, basically, is what I'm saying. You know, after watching all this, I feel that I can do more, and I haven't. Why? Because, you know, mental things. A lot of times we let our head get in the way of what we want to do. You know? We feel that overwhelmed or out of our comfort zone or whatever it might be, and we don't do it anymore. And that shouldn't be the case. We should always strive to be better and do better. That's what I want to do. You know, with this weight loss project, I want to show to myself that I can do it. And if I can help somebody else or inspire somebody else along the way, that's even better. That's icing on the cake. So that is the whole point of this right now, is that I can do better and I will do better. So with that, you know, comes a renewed vigor to do this. You know, give myself time and start performing at a higher level each day, improve upon the previous, and before you know it, we'll be there. So thanks for joining me. I appreciate you guys. Y'all have a great day, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Talk to you later.